An Air India flight from Hong Kong to Delhi caught fire moments after landing at the Indira Gandhi International Airport. The aircraft, an Airbus A321 operating as AI-315, had just completed a long-haul journey when the Auxiliary Power Unit, or APU, ignited. As passengers began to disembark, the onboard safety systems automatically shut down the APU. All passengers and crew exited safely. Air India confirmed minor damage to the aircraft, which has now been grounded pending investigation. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation, or DGCA, has been notified. But this wasn't a one-off scare. This fire marks the third serious incident for Air India in just 48 hours. The day before, a Kochi-Mumbai flight veered off the runway while landing. Images show significant damage to the engine casing and visible marks on the tarmac. Hours later, a Delhi-Kolkata flight aborted takeoff at a speed of 155 km per hour due to a technical fault discovered at the last second. These incidents come amid a growing cloud of concern around Air India's safety record. According to the Civil Aviation Ministry, the airline has received 9 notices in 6 months for 5 separate safety violations. This includes mechanical failures, protocol breaches, and delayed reporting to authorities. But the most devastating of all remains the crash of Air India flight AI-171, a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner flying from Ahmedabad to London, which crashed just 32 seconds after takeoff on 12 June. The flight lost thrust mid-air and struck a college hostel. Miraculously, only one person on board survived. Early findings from the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau (AIB) indicate that both fuel supply switches had moved to the cutoff position just before the crash. The switches, which are spring-loaded to prevent accidental movement, can only be shifted manually, raising disturbing questions. In response, aviation authorities ordered a nationwide inspection of fuel control switches across all India-registered Boeing aircraft. Air India later reported it had completed the checks and found no faults.
The honourable member has asked a very serious and very comprehensive question regarding the incident that has happened in Ahmedabad. Sir, I would like to start by answering that the investigation process, which is according to the international protocol, the norms which were set by International Civil Aviation Organization, where the state of operation should have their investigation body, and we have our own investigation body, which is the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, which got into the investigation process right after the incident with the subject experts into the site, and they have started their process according to the international protocol, and they have involved subject matter experts, all the international necessary people who are supposed to be participating in the investigation, and they have gone through the first set of investigation process, and they have given us the preliminary report. And if you look at the preliminary report, sir, AIB, as for the first time, so whenever these incidents happen, and if the black box gets damaged, black box is the flight data recorder, which has all the necessary information which gets recorded. And whenever there is a slight damage that happens, it was always, it came to that point, sir, where we were sending the black box outside to the original equipment manufacturer and getting it decoded from that state of manufacture only. And it was for the first time that as a country, India took a stand that the black box which was achieved, even if it was further future action on, it can be the Boeing 787 or the series or the fuel switches and many things which have come under question, or the avionics which you have also mentioned in your question. To have a definitive answer and a definitive future correction measures, we have to look at the final report, sir. And I can say this to the House and through you to the people of this country also, that the AIB has a very definitive, thorough, rule-based process. They are very transparently looking into the process right now, and they are totally unbiased. This also I can say that the AIB is totally unbiased and looking into the facts. Now, there can be many questions also. I have seen multiple articles myself. I have seen multiple articles not only by the Indian media but also the Western media trying to promote their own narrative, their own viewpoint, their own kind of consideration. But I have to tell you that the way we are seeing the investigation is through the facts. We want to stand by the truth. not what is happening with the pilots or not what is happening with the Boeing or not what is happening with the Air India or any other stakeholder which is this. We want to stand by the truth. We want to find out what exactly happened, and that is only going to be coming out once the final report has been placed. So we have to respect the process of investigation, and once that process of investigation has happened, then we can talk about what happened and how it happened, and then the corrective measures. If we talk about the other incidents that would have happened before, let it be the Air Nippon, Japanese Airways, or any other airways for that fact, every time any incident happens in any country, then the same process is followed, where the investigation body gets into the process of investigation, and once the thorough investigation is done and the final report is placed, only then the corrective measures to all these countries and all these airline operators and all the regulators is sent so that the corrective action is being done. And this has happened in the previous incidences also. Wherever there was any incident happened, whenever there was a mandatory suggestive correction measures that were supposed to be done through the international protocol, it is mandatory for every state regulator to follow these and every airline operator to follow these. And we have thoroughly, without any negligence, we have thoroughly followed all the corrective and suggestive measures from the ICAO international protocol.
With multiple safety scares, one catastrophic crash, and mounting scrutiny, Air India is facing one of its worst crises in decades.